First job of the day, and this is probably going to be the only one because it is a job. Guys, we're doing the timing cover on a Ford Explorer and the front strut. It's supposed to storm its butt off, but luckily it's in that garage right there. So I'm gonna try to pull over here as much as I can. What's up, man?
How you doing?
Oh, not too bad.
I'll tuck away in there for you.
All right, cool.
All right, man, I'm gonna get inside if you need anything.
Okay, will do, buddy. All right, man. I'll probably be like a. I'll probably be here for a while. You know what I mean?
Need water or anything like that? Let me know.
I bought some, dude. I got some peanut butter jelly sandwiches. I'm stacked, man. I got it.
Yeah, Crustables?
They are, dude. They are. I bought them from Quick Trip.
Yeah, I saw those the other day when I was in there.
Yeah, dude, they're good, man. They're like $1.70, man. They're packed with protein. Yeah, they're good. Yeah, they're good.
Right, let me know if you need anything.
All right, will do, buddy. All right, so look, before, guys, after. Okay, so check this out. We're going to be replacing these 202 sensors, that timing cover, and lastly, that strut there. So let's get it. All right, guys, so in order to do the timing cover, I have to remove all of this because the valve covers have to come out because as you can see here, the timing cover is tied into the valve cover there. And I was thinking about trying to just get it out and, you know, wiggle it out, but in this vehicle I'm not going to be able to get that timing cover out from the bottom. I'm going to have to straight pull it from the top. So let's get it. We got to take this off, the intake off, the valve covers off. So let's get to it. All right, so now it's electrical connection time. We got all these connections to take off. Oh shoot, forgot. You want to pull the dipstick out because it's in the valve cover. Alright guys, so here is our timing cover. So I'm going to try to just get this out of the way and then get that motor mount out, and then we can start loosening up all these bolts. Man, I think they're like a 12. Alright, so these are 15s. Just going to crack these loose. Alright, now we're going to run these out. Now the motor will shift a little bit when you're taking these off, see that? So that's alright, just make sure, you know, you got your jack underneath it and there's pressure to it. Alright, but if you see you still have those, which I do believe those are like 17s, they might be 18s. Alright guys, 17 it is. Alright, we'll just wiggle right out of there, see? Nice. And look, we can kind of wiggle the engine because we're on a jack. So now we got to get the belt off, the pulley. Let's get it. I actually totally forgot. We actually have to take these out. And you have to use a special socket to get these studs out. Alright guys, so this is our special socket. It's an E8. And do you see how it looks like a star? So, do you see how those studs look like a star? So, fits right on there just like that. See, and once you got them all loose, you can just kind of buzz them out through impact. Alright, now we can turn our attention to right here. I already broke this harmonica balancer bolt loose. It was too much on my mind if I could break it loose with my impact or not, so I tried it and it worked. Anyway, so we're gonna get that belt off. There's our tensioner. The only thing that's attached to this timing cover is the tensioner pulley and the harmonic balancer also, but once those two are removed, we should be pretty free. We do have a couple of hidden bolts like that one. There's 3 of those. They're a bit tricky unless you know exactly where they're at. I seriously wasn't lying when I said I had quick trip PBJs. How about like 4 of them? Break time. Alright, so there's the tensioner. We can get right on top of it. Right here, see? With everything out of the way, it's pretty open. Alright, and see, we're just gonna push tension off of it. You see that? Alright, here's the tensioner. So I wouldn't have had to take this out, but do you see right here? It's kind of blocking 2 bolts that we got to get to. Well, I guess just 1, but still we got to get to that bolt. So these are our hidden bolts that I was talking about. So there's one right there, and then that one right there. Those are 17s, and then there's also this one right above it. Just literally tighten it up, and it'll start pulling it out. Kind of wiggle it. Just walk it right off there. Just like that. Alright, so with all of our bolts removed, we can go ahead and pop this cover off here. Alright, so you guys see that? So it turns out it wasn't leaking from this, it was actually leaking from this right here. So, just a little crack in it. Alright, so now, just carefully, just like that. You are going to lose some, a little bit of oil, so make sure you have a pan underneath you. What helped me out a little bit was jacking the engine up. This was pretty stuck in there, so you see that? That's our problem right there. Alright, let's put the new one on. Alright, so before we can put on the new one, we're gonna have to clean all this crap off. So once we got all that crap off of there, we can go ahead and use some clean and just clean the heck out of it. Alright, so you see how much cleaner this looks? So this is like one of the most important parts, and that gasket maker will only stick to a clear, dry surface. So you don't want to have any oil or anything like that, or you're going to have leaks in the future. And if you warranty your work, then you're going to be out here doing this job over again. Well, while I got it off, like this is our timing chain here, see? Timing chain, here's our water pump. These are an internal water pump, so that means it's timing chain driven. The gasket maker we're going to use, so I am going to put some on the cover, but before I do that, I'm actually going to put a light coating on just the engine itself. Just like this, all around it. Alright, so just the same on the bottom here. So here's our new cover, and just like on the engine, we're just going to basically paint all this with some gasket maker. Hopefully you want to set it in there, and here's the deal guys, you might get some gasket maker on some stuff, but try your best not to. So far so good. So far so good. Haven't touched a single thing. Ah, perfect. Man, that was good. You guys got to witness something incredible. All right, so let's just run our couple of these bolts in just to hold it into place so it doesn't drop or nothing. I'm going to go ahead and install all this, and then I'm going to catch you guys back at it once we're doing the O2 sensors. So let's get it. All right, so we're all done with that, and it looks fantastic. So here's the deal. We got to get that O2 sensor out. He wants the downstream and upstream O2 sensors replaced. And so there's the downstream and the upstream is just right up there. Basically, all right, we're right on there. So we just got to get a wrench on there, or a ratchet, I'm sorry. I am so glad I did not have my camera on because I just punched myself in the face loosening this freaking O2 sensor. All right, so it did crack free, so let's just spin it out. Freak, that hurt. All right, here it is. All right, so here's the downstream. So we're just gonna match this with the ones that we have. There should be 2 different ones. And install the new one. All right, so right there is the upstream one. So we're just gonna have to take that off and replace it, and then we'll be done with the first 2 jobs on this vehicle. And then last thing is just that strut. Because I do so many of these body clip removals, I went ahead and got a set. So you can literally get all of these different sizes and just different types. The exact same type I pulled out was this type. So that's what type I'm putting in it, see? And anytime, I do recommend, you know, putting different body clips back in. I wouldn't just leave them all out, because then your skid plate, or then your skid shield is just gonna fall off eventually. So, gotta take these out. We're gonna have to take, oh boy, this is missing a nut right here. That's gonna be a problem. All right, so we're gonna postpone this until tomorrow or the next day. I'm gonna go get a nut for this, but it's getting pretty late already, so I'm not gonna, he lives kind of far, I'm not gonna come all the way back out here and do this until tomorrow, so stay tuned for the strut.